What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cardano today, ADA. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. I'm definitely excited about Cardano. I'm excited to see what happens over the coming weeks because you just put in a low this week. You literally just put in a low yesterday, right there. Beautiful move, right? And an immaculate support was found, and you just had a very, very good bounce right there. From a high to a low. You're already above your 382. This is very bullish, you guys. Like I have no doubts in my head right now. You're on your way to $1.54, $1.86, and beyond. You're at 95 cents now. So very, very good stuff. I mean, obviously, I think you're going to go to $1.54 and beyond. I think Cardano, was it Cardano that I had the $2 prediction for? What was it? No, Cardano's got higher predictions. Anyways, what I want to talk about first before we get to that actually is where you pulled back, where you found support. If we put a white line here, a horizontal line all the way across, you can see you found resistance here before. You're finding support on it now. That's actually very good. Structurally speaking, that's a beautiful thing that you just did. Finding support at previous areas of support back here as well. And then we go back far enough, it's kind of at your previous all-time high areas that we're finding support. So bullish, very bullish. From your relative high here down to this relative low, you went all the way up to your 1414. It's very common when you hit this extended area, your primary extended zone, right, to stop somewhere in the zone and pull back to something in the 100 to the 886 area, which is exactly what you did. The further away from the 886 you are, the more bullish the look, right, the more bullish the appearance. So being that it does seem to have a bullish appearance, in my opinion, especially with just this week alone having such a massive wick, I'm assuming that by the rule book, if you had a rule book, the next definable target would be $1.57, right? You're at 95, 96 cents now. But with how bullish you look, I don't think you stop at $1.57. Maybe you find turbulence there. Maybe you stop there for a day or two or an hour or two. Who knows? Maybe you just bypass it entirely. But really, this is the next target by the rule book. But with how bullish you are, we're going to bypass that and guess 210 is your minimum target from here to like 320. And potentially even as high as 464, right? Once you break above this golden ratio, you're privy to the secondary target zone, which is the 2618 to the 1886. So anything from 464 to 210 goes. Okay, now if we take that into consideration and we line it up here, we go back all the way to the current all-time highs to the that's not what I meant to do. Current all-time highs all the way down to this low here, right? Your 2886, wow. That lines up with the 1272. That's crazy. That's wild, man. I don't think you go there. I think by the end of January, I think inevitably you will see $6.22. These kind of I don't know what word to use. Congruencies, similarities, same targets in the charts. Seeing this happening, right? I think that will provide resistance at these areas, right? You can see what I'm getting stuck on. The 2886 of this fib from this high to this low here. The 2886 is all the way up here where the 1272 is from this fib from this high to this low. So I would expect you find turbulence there. I would expect you do get there. I just don't think you're going to get there by the end of January, and that's what we're trying to go over right now. If we look at the overall fib for what it's worth too, we look at the overall fib from a high to a low. That was not the high. We want the high. We want to get accurate. You found resistance in your golden ratio. Pull back to your 0.5 and your 382. Very common to do. But with this kind of respect on your fib, and I think you are showing respect on your fibs going up here, I would think you stop somewhere between the 886 and the 786 area. The 886 and the 786 area, okay, based off of this fib. And we already know from this high to this low of this fib here, I think it's that high to that low, from this fib, we already know that we're not expecting you to stop at the 1618. With how bullish you look in this fib's perspective, the minimum target would be 210. The highest target would be 464, okay? Potentially up to 620 even, but who knows? But if we put on the other fib and we outline that you're probably not going to stop here, the minimum target of this fib is the 786. Well, hey, that agrees with what we already knew and what we already assumed, so that's good. We like to see that. And then the 886 here coming up to kind of the more expected area, the primary zone that you would have. Your next target after the 1618 would be the 1886. So I think Cardano I'm very, very confident in this prediction, right? All this to say, if you got to this last part, you could have skipped the whole video, but I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't, because if you watch the whole video, it pushes this content to other people who might want to see it. Hit that like button and subscribe on that note. But the grand prediction here, you're at 95.9 cents now, would be that Cardano moves up to about $2.10 to $2.31 by the end of January. And if I'm wrong, the only way that I could see myself being wrong is that Cardano does this really bullish thing, and it's all the way up above its all-time highs. It's at anything from $4.64 to $6.20, and that could happen, you know, based off of this move here. If you saw a similar move, you could rip all the way up there. You really could, Cardano. But with how you've respected the fibs, I don't know if I would count on that so much. I wouldn't take it off the table. Definitely, you know, if you're holding Cardano for the long term, if you want to hold it for the short term and you want to sell above $1.80 but below $2.31, you want to try to play the short game, sure, but maybe don't sell everything, because you never know. This is crypto and it's Cardano. It's a very bullish looking chart. It could go ballistic by the end of January. I'm not even kidding. If you think it's crazy, it's only crazy until it happens, man. 620 could happen for this thing by the end of January. I just don't think it's going to, but I wouldn't bet against it, right? If somebody came over and they're like, I'll bet you $100 or $100,000 that $6.20 is achieved by Cardano by the end of January, I'd say, you're crazy. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm not going to take that bet, because it really could happen. It really could happen. I don't think it's going to. If I had to bet on where I think the price would be safely, I would say probably between 210 to 320. That'd be my guess. I think you could go as high as 320, but more likely, most likely, I would think you stop between 230, 180, with a very probable target right there at about $2.10. So that's where I'll leave it. Cardano moving up. If you're looking to buy, it's a great time to buy. It could go down a little bit today. You never know, but I don't think it will. Or if it does, who cares, right? It's going to move up inevitably. We look at the 4-hour time frame. A little bit of bullish divergence there, looking like you want to break this trend. Again, you could come back down. You could come lower. Don't be scared if you do. Sometimes with moments like this, we get our little double bottoms, so that could happen. But, man, that's a very bullish bounce. That's a very immediate bounce. I want to get something with some volume on there. And you picked up some volume, but then, I don't know, that bounce, you didn't need much volume to bounce all the way up here, man. It seems to me as if all of the sellers have gone away and now there's no sellers left. So it's just, if it goes down, it's going to be very insignificant. Look, you bounced right off your 1.618 golden ratio. You're above your 886. There's no doubt in my mind. I take it back. I don't think you're going to go lower, right? Maybe you go lower from here a little bit, but I don't think you go back below 90 cents. If you're looking to buy Cardano, if you're wondering if the question in your mind is it a good time to buy Cardano? I would say yes, green light for sure. And I shouldn't say it can't go below 90 cents, because it can, and it's okay if it does. Whenever I say things like, I don't think it's going below 90 cents, then tomorrow it's here, and everyone's like, oh no, it went 3.5 cents below 90 cents. C-Zar was wrong. Does that mean it's going to zero? And then that's its higher low. It's just a higher low, and then it's fine. So I shouldn't say it's not going to go below 90 cents. I wouldn't think it does. But really, if I had to be strategic, I'd say I don't think it goes below 80 cents. I don't think it goes below its 1.414. I think you will be productive with this fib from here on out, and you're moving all the way up to about $2.10 or higher. Who knows how much higher, but that's my target. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I appreciate all of you very much for being here. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.